Yep,
Clearly, you can say that was bullshit.
it was. We're gonna start as soon as I sit down. 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, this is the Uncle Chris Sports Show coming at you live in our new studio. Yes sir, behind me is our logo, behind me is everything you can see back here. And today, Uncle Chris, what are your thoughts on this brand new studio?
Man, this studio is popping and locking, man. We're gonna go ahead and tear it up now.
Yes sir, we are.
We might put CNN out of business because y'all fake news.
Y'all fake news. This
Won the award.
Yeah, you won an award. As you can see, CNN is fake news. Uncle Chris and I is realist it gets.
There's a whole lot realer than that crap.
We're the realest.
We're the realest.
Alright everybody, our first question for the day is this is Super Bowl week. And with that being said, the Philadelphia Eagles travel to Minnesota. So does New England. They travel to Minnesota as well to fight in the Super Bowl. Uncle Chris, who wins, Philadelphia or Patriots?
Well, it's like this. It's all going to come down to two calls.
It sure is.
All it's going to come down to two calls. You're going to see Philadelphia's going to be up 17-3 with 3 minutes to go to halftime, and just like it's scripted. And I hate to tell you this, folks, I really believe that it's rigged. You'll see our great president said it's rigged. Well, they had the Russian probe, and the truth come out, it was rigged.
It was rigged.
And the NFL is rigged. It's rigged, I'm telling you. There's no way in hell, year after year, game after game, big game after game, the officials could get it wrong every time when you got a New York office. You could look at the play and see the what was it like? Sorry, was it giving him dap or was he high fiving him? What was
He was
doing?
high-fiving
High five. Way to go! Way to go!
And he taps him on the back.
Yeah, that's it in the game. And he's like, hey, they checking the mail? Yeah, checking the mail. Don't worry about it.
I'm
Checking the
serious.
mail, boys.
He got a big.
And you know what he said? You know what he said? I'll see you in 2 weeks.
He sure did.
So you're gonna see more of the same. You're gonna see the more. And we had the officiating stuff today with Roger Goodell, trying to tell everybody what the damn catch was. Too many games will determine what a catch is, right?
Right.
Too many damn calls will determine what the hell a pass interference is. If the guy is out of bounds, and the ball's 10 foot over his head, and a little contact, you can't throw a rag.
Yep, if the man's out of bounds, a little action. Why is there a flag?
I'll tell you why it's a flag, because there's a check in the mail.
There sure was a check.
Because the fix was in. It was rigged. It was rigged. Guys, I'm telling you what, it wouldn't surprise me if Jacksonville Jaguars didn't get on the plane and go to London, England.
They're going to London this year.
Are they really?
They'll take on the Eagles in
They
2018.
need to go to London and stay there, because that's the only damn way they can get a fair shake. You can, but you sure can't get a fair shake in the NFL. I mean, let's face it, with all the controversy and every damn thing, what better way to sell a Super Bowl than to get the most hated team, the New England Patriots, back in it?
I know. 2 times in a row, everybody. 2 times.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Yes, sir. And then here's the sad part about it is, you think they can do it again?
No,
Are they gonna do it again? We're gonna see the back-to-back champions.
Well, it's like this. Philadelphia's got the odds on because Nick Foles is going to be tight coming out. So if the Eagles can run the ball, which I'm sure they can, let's face it. I mean,
Yep.
Jacksonville run the ball, and they got a piss poor run offense. I mean, Philadelphia's got a bigger threat to pass the ball on play action. So, you know, New England's got to respect them more. So there should be more running lanes. So I'm thinking
Garrett Blunt and
Garrett Blunt ought to have a great day. I mean, let's face it. I mean, Foles ain't got to win the game.
No, he doesn't.
Tom Brady and Belichick's got to win the game.
They have to win the game for him. And
It all depends on the flow of the game. If the Eagles play soft, the Eagles scores the first possession, and they will.
Yep. And then your next question for the day is, Uncle Chris, I'd like to thank this person who helped get our studio. We got to give a shout out to a good friend of
Zack Turner.
Yes, sir.
And we have above our head the Zack 2000. And you will be seeing the film on it when we roll.
Yeah, you will be seeing the film as we roll it. And Uncle Chris, just a special shout out to him. And Uncle Chris, your next question for the day is, speaking of which, just Explain what a catch is.
A catch is possessing the ball, going to the ground.
Here you go. Here's a catch for it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's
That's
a
a catch. Now that's a throwaway.
That's a throwaway, yeah. I mean, let's face it. I mean, it's bad when you gotta have damn near have lawyers get involved in what the hell a catch is.
I know.
The game is so piss poor now. And it just, but oddly enough, even with all the low numbers and nobody going to the stadium and all the ticket sales down and merchandising sales down, believe it or not, they're still one of the most watched things on primetime.
I know.
But the problem is with the primetime games, you go back and you look at, go back and watch every primetime game that come on. And every time it was a big matchup, guess what happens? The referees do the point shaving.
Yeah.
They do the point shaving before half, they do the point shaving in the third quarter.
And this New England Patriot team is presented by Gillette State. Is presented by Gillette, as you can see behind me. New England's a proud sponsor of Gillette Stadium, and Uncle Chris, we need to start shaving some points.
We're gonna cut.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna cut.
We're back at the same place we were last week. We bought Booger Man. We're gonna see what we can do. We got Laurel Sharon, Daniel, and you.
That's right.
So we're gonna see what happens.
Hello, we're welcome back to the Uncle Chris Sports Show. We had a little interruption, as you can see, and Uncle Chris back onto the topic of point shaving.
Point shaving. It's a primetime game, it's gotta be point shaving. Why is it always gotta be point shaving?
I know, always.
You know, the national championship game in college
Yep.
was a freaking ripoff. And it was nothing more, they want to keep folks watching the game, so they pretty much put the screws. They did, they put the screws to them.
If you follow me on Snapchat, you would saw that I posted this thing where Uncle Chris said it was point shaving. He said there were like four or five personal fouls on that drive.
It was, but I'm gonna tell you something.
Is the ref point shaving?
Point shaving. There's 3 personal fouls on that series alone.
I know.
It is 10, 20. The way it is now, as much betting as you got on pro football and college football. And you got DraftKings and all these other,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, fantasy leagues that pay all these big bucks. And you got Vegas involved in it, you got the mob involved in it. I hate to tell you this, the points have gotta come from somewhere.
They do.
And they ain't gotta have the game go their way, you just gotta make the points.
Gotta make the points.
Gotta have the points. I always say, take the points.
And
Well, you know what? I really believe that there's a lot of shaving going on because you to watch a game get turned upside down by like 4 crappy calls, and it'd be, you know, used to if the referee blew it, he would make up for it later on, right?
Right.
But no, they constantly do the same crap over and over and over again. So it's bull crap. You can say what you want to, guys. It is point shaving 101.
It's point shaving at its
I'm
finest.
telling you that Vegas and DraftKings and all these other fantasy things have got their hand in the cookie jar with the NFL, and they're keeping them tight because they don't want to lose money.
There you go. That's the thing with point shaving.
It's too damn obvious. How about that?
It is.
It's too damn obvious.
Yes, sir.
You heard it here. You thought it to yourself sitting on your couch. Now you hear it here. It's too obvious.
This is RNN, Real News Network.
Yeah.
This is us.
Better yet, we ain't got to prove it. Have them prove it ain't true.
We can.
Have them prove it ain't so.
I know we saw the film too, and
It's on the film. I mean, you watched the game. You watch it in slow motion. It's not there. Have them prove that they're not point shaving.
I agree.
They can't do it.
And here's another thing that we had to say on the sports show. I remember there was a wheel route. Leonard Fournette was running it. That ball, he could easily reached out with his hands and take it to could have gone farther than where he went to. And you saw the film, he could have stuck his hand out.
There was 5 plays in the New England game were just absolutely piss poor. You can say what you want to. The refs were fans. You can say what you want to.
Look at the celebration.
They're giving high fives, laughing, and cheering with them, and everything else when they score. Hell, how can they not score?
I know. As you can see them celebrating right behind us right now.
I mean, every time they lined up 5 wide, it was pick, 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 pick. No one ever
No one ever noticed.
noticed all the pick plays we run.
And then they throw the flag on
And don't get me
Jackson.
wrong, guys, I'm not a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, and I sure, and not really a New England Patriots fan.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, but I could care less who won the game.
Me too.
I could have cared less, but I'm telling you, it was the biggest load of hoo-ha crap. Roger Goodell has sold his soul to the devil somewhere down the line because they're a shaving point somehow or another.
They got that
There's
big
too
race.
much money being bet on this stuff. For every primetime game and every big game, to be so many blow calls,
Yes, sir.
so many blow calls, so many no calls.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I mean, the obvious things they don't call, and the stuff that's ticky-tack they call.
I know.
You roll the film, you see they run the right outside. And don't get me wrong, we run out of bounds.
We sure did
We
run
run out of bounds. The ball's 10 foot over his head, but yet it's a flag.
And then I know this was a hit. The man led with his shoulder on this play.
There's a shoulder right here.
Shoulder right here.
Clean.
Clean hit. How do you not see that?
Anytime you go across the middle to catch a ball, it's okay to get smacked as long as you don't leave the crown in your helmet.
I know it's okay. He led with his shoulder too.
Yeah.
As you can see behind us, he led with his shoulder.
You leave the shoulder, and there it is. I mean, what gets me is you had 2 calls on that one drive right before halftime, which accrued for 65 yards in the drive.
And
I mean, you give me 65 damn yards in 4 plays, I believe I can score a touchdown too, or at least get a field goal.
and this is another fishy thing. New England was penalized one time. One time.
They were holding on every pass play.
I saw when Tom Brady got sacked. Yes, I know, but 91 for Jackson. Then Ngakwe got held. Ooh, I saw his hand in the air. His offensive lineman's grabbing his chest, his arm all over the place.
Never dropped anything, did he?
Didn't drop anything. The man was being held.
Now you got the legend Tom Brady going against Nick Foles, and Nick Foles is not a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying that. I mean, he's not going to get the love Tom Brady's going to get as far as officiating goes.
No.
I mean, what do you do? It's obvious that you can't use the crew from last week.
No, it's not obvious.
You can't use the crew from last week.
You can get the crew from Denver in the Super Bowl 50.
Now you don't want that crew either because they blew it too. I mean, it was more cheap shots and it's not a catch and everything else. Although we can't replay it, do a review on it because it's a judgment call. I mean, that was a crappy game too. Don't get me wrong, Carolina lost anyway because Cam Newton just couldn't give him a show.
Yep.
But it just didn't work out. I mean, at some point, it's to the point now the NFL sucks so bad that every play's got to be scrutinized.
We gotta look at every
Play has got to be scrutinized. Y'all go ahead and run a play, go sit down, get your Gatorade, and get back with you. Games won't last 2.5, 3 hours no more. They'll last like 9 hours.
Yeah.
Just make a day of it.
I just got
Because it's obvious that you're paying them folks. I mean, how do you get to be a league official in anything, Wade? I mean, you don't even. I mean, number one, it's one thing being a fan of the sport, but it's one thing flipping the script on somebody.
Yes, sir.
It happens week in and week. Every primetime game, the big game that everybody bets on is the one they flip the script on the most. And it's not coincidence, folks. It really is not coincidence.
You see this piece of paper behind us, guys, against Oakland and Dallas? The piece of paper?
Yeah, let's drop a piece of paper in between them. What the hell is that?
If there's light in between the first down marker and the football, it's not first down.
You know, I'd rather him go out there and kick the damn ball across the damn stick and say, first down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really, it'd been a whole lot better. If you're going to do it, if you're going to cheat, might as well just go ahead and blatantly do it. I mean, just like wrestling, if you're going to choke, let's do it in front of the referee.
Yeah.
First down.
Yeah, it'd be like Ric Flair. Little trick knee. Dude, come on, guys.
It's ridiculous. It's to the point now where I would say NFL is going to be in the crapper in the next 3 years because I got a lot of friends of mine that quit watching that stuff. They really did.
I'm about to drop
They're
it
sick of the
myself.
protests. They're sick of these athletes getting paid millions of dollars. They're sick of the league office to go ahead and handle all these fines on cheap hits that ain't cheap hits.
Yeah.
Well, he got a concussion. What the hell is he supposed to do? Just put a damn flag on him so he can pull the flag.
I know, and this is the
The man goes across the middle, catches the ball. Tom leads him right there, begging for the man to crush him.
and then
I mean, oh, he got a concussion. Well, oh, yeah, he was going to get hit.
oh, I heard this.
I mean, I guarantee you, if you could see that referee, I guarantee he's got his hand in his pocket before the hit ever comes.
I know, and here's the thing that I like what Ray said. Ray Lewis said that when you play football, you make a contract because you're gonna constantly get hit, and hit. He said you make a contract with football when you.
Here's an idea for football. Let's go ahead and get everybody a tutu, a tampon, and a tiara, and y'all can play the ball. And 2 flags.
And some white gloves.
Some white gloves.
Yeah.
Some spermicide in them, I don't know. I mean, y'all have wussied the game up so bad.
Most protected QBs is Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
And you can't touch Tom Brady. I'm surprised they didn't call something on him when he got sacked up there.
I know. I know, but come on, bitch. You just.
Don't get me wrong, Tom is a good quarterback.
They're considering him.
He plays in a great system for a good coach who takes every precaution to be cerebral at every point he can, because he does not leave out any detail, and that's what makes Belichick a great coach.
He's a great coach.
It's no difference between Belichick and Andy Reid, but there's 2 differences.
One is
And Belichick does not take his foot off the gas. He don't close the playbook about the first quarter.
That's,
Right.
Yep.
And Belichick does a better job of preparing for the game
He does.
in depth.
And this is the thing about Andy Reid. Uncle Chris and I have said this before. When he gets to the first quarter, he's gonna get that book. Plays over. We're gonna close the playbook.
Andy Reid does not. Andy Reid wants to go ahead and play check down screen game after that.
Yep.
And he's got an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. But you ever notice after the first quarter, he's always calling the plays? On defense, on cover 2. Cover 2. Cover 2. Offense.
We're gonna run the ball.
We're going to run the ball. We're going to run a stretch play. We're going to run a fake reverse stretch play.
Why banana?
Why banana? Why stick? I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, Kansas City underperforms because Andy Reid underperforms. The players don't underperform.
No, and then when we were
What does he say? Just run it.
just run. And then here's the thing that we like. Andy Reid, when he lost to the Jets, he put up 14 points. It's not even 3 minutes into the game, and you're already up 14-0 against the Jets.
He plays 2 deep zone the rest of the game.
I know he was up 14-0.
Well, they're going to line up in an I formation, but we're not going to bring our safeties down because they got like 2 tight ends on the line that might go for a long pass. Bring my safeties down and stop the run. If that tight end outruns my safety, good for him.
I know, right? I know what you mean. And Uncle Chris, the next question for the day is we're gonna move on from the Super Bowl and we're gonna have a year-end review for 2017.
Whew.
That's just nasty right there.
That's a W right there. That is a W. I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. That's a W. I don't want no part of that.
Me neither.
I don't want no W.
I need tetanus shot. Look at
Oh my
that.
goodness, that's a W.
Yeah.
Why don't just Jameis Winston put a bag over his head and just shut the hell up, play the bag? I mean, really.
I know. We were so high on him last year.
And then, you know what happened?
He got too high. He just got.
Somebody said Jameis Winston's a great quarterback. He's really got great potential. And all of a sudden his stock went up. And when his stock went up, his chest puffed out and sucked all the air out of his head.
I know, like, I don't want to be me, but I'm a Panther fan. Cam Newton in 2016 bought all into the hype. I know he had a bad show, but Cam, you know you had MVP year, but just do what you did last year. Just don't be a prima donna.
Well, that's it, see. Young men playing a sport, their head is not, their cerebral cortex is not formed yet. In other words, you're doing ding-dong moves.
I know. Ugh.
The frontal lobe is not formed, is not matured enough. Then the point I'm making is, guys, these young kids did not play between the ears. You turn the quarterback position over to a boy that's 22 years old, who is athletically gifted. And he cannot read a defense. He doesn't do film study. All his study is going to the club, stabbing something.
Johnny Manziel.
There you go. Johnny Manziel study going to the club and hanging out with women. Well, I get it. I understand that. That testosterone's a booger bed at that age.
Yes, sir.
And unfortunately, ignorance is too.
Yep.
And they fall into the trap. They get high on themselves, and I can get by with my athletic. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. When you play a good defense, that athletic talent don't mean jack.
Nothing.
And if you can't read defenses, you're gonna walk off the dang podium at the press conference like a little girl.
Yeah, this was his thing back in.
Yeah.
He went from that to dirt poor. Come on, Johnny.
He was doing it right there like, pay me. Well, he got paid, they got played, and
He got
he
paid.
got laid, and she had a lawsuit put up against him. He lost his job. Right?
Right.
That's how it worked.
And
And he got paid, they got played, he got laid, and he got kicked off the team.
yeah, all right. Now, speaking of which, there's a number 0 right behind me right now. It's 0. If you want to do a math equations, 0. Well, how many wins did Cleveland have last year?
Well, the welfare recipient team of the NFL. That's right, I said welfare recipient. We give you the best every year. You get the first cookie off the tray every time it comes out of the oven for the last what? How many years?
20, 15
I
years.
don't know, forever. You get the first cookie off the tray, the first welfare cookie off the tray every year. #1 draft pick. And what do you pick?
A quarterback.
Our quarterback. Well, you had a concept this year. You got 2
Defensive.
defensive players.
I know.
There was a rumor in Cleveland that defense wins championships.
It sure
There's
does.
a rumor that defense wins championships. It sure as hell with all them #1 draft picks you picked.
It's like draft day. I mean, I saw this comment on draft day. They said that no, in Cleveland, all of them turned out to be busts.
They're not. You got to realize it's not the talent going to Cleveland. It's the city itself. It's the culture.
And I like what The Rock said in Canton.
It sucks.
And I like what The Rock. If Rock were to go to Cleveland today, he would say he was stronger than a bear and he's faster than a buck. The biggest thing that hit Cleveland because the Cleveland Browns suck.
They suck.
0-16. For the past 2 years, Hugh Jackson, I don't know. It's a Jackson. He is 1-31 for the past 2 years.
That is consistency.
That is consistency.
That is consistency at its best.
Finest. New England's good at winning. Cleveland is good at, well, you can know what that word says.
Loser. You stirring a little Manziel, and I think even Josh Cribbs come back, didn't he?
Yeah, Josh Cribbs went to
The
Cleveland.
concussion king.
Here we go. Cleveland. We get Miles Garrett in the first round.
If he's lucky, he'll stay there 2 years and get out a Cleveland card free.
He wants to get out of there so bad.
How many year deal did he sign? 2 year, 3 year?
I think it's 3 years for a rookie.
Oh my goodness, man! You better don't let him franchise man run for the hills.
If I was you, I would just ask for a release. Go home. Go get.
What's the second worst team in the NFL?
Goodness gracious, I'm trying to think. If there is the Cleveland Browns, there's always.
Well, I can't go to Cincinnati. It gets worse there.
Gets
Don't
worse.
want to go to Cincinnati because don't want to go to Cleveland. You don't want to go to Cincinnati because
Hey, both.
that's not going to work either.
And you lost LeBron James to Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh my goodness, brother couldn't wait to get out of there either.
He went.
Brother, like I'm going back for my peoples. He's like I'm getting the hell out of here because my peoples want me.
He went to the Lakers. Everybody. LeBron James, I think he's gone from Cleveland to the Lakers.
When you make that kind of money, it's all about the sellout, folks.
Yes, sir, it is.
Well, it is. He got staying in Cleveland, brought a championship too, and too many folks knew him, and he had to go.
He had to go.
Well, when folks know you, they're like, let me get a little something of that right now. Get me out a little bit.
Yes,
Let me hold something. Yeah, he said, I'm going to let y'all hold something. I'm going to L.A.
Yeah, he gone to L.A.
He's going to go up there and kick back with Magic Johnson.
And who's his name? Lonzo Ball? Oh, gosh.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to get me some big baller shoes.
Yeah. I'm wearing my gym shoes right now, everybody, but I went yesterday. I'm feeling my
I'm
arm.
going to get me some big baller shoes, but
I'll get you some Air Jordans.
I'm going to get me some big baller shoes and see if it makes me a bigger asshole than him. It has that effect on him. He's wearing them. He's a complete geek.
I know. And here's another thing about Cleveland. Just when are you going to at least win 2 games this year?
You know the last time they won a playoff game, you know who the coach was?
Who?
Bill Belichick.
Oh my goodness.
Where did Bill Belichick
Was
go?
it really?
Last time we won a playoff game, Bill Belichick. That's a head coach.
Even Bill
And they
Belichick.
wouldn't give him another year. A young Bill Belichick.
I know. Imagine how many Super Bowls the Browns would have if
Oh
they
my
kept.
goodness. Well, what happened is, Art Modell left the town in the middle of the night with the Mayflower truck and told Bill Belichick, you ain't got no job no more. But you can't be an assistant. Bill like, damn that.
I know. And the thing about Bill Belichick, look, Cleveland, you wouldn't need LeBron James back in what, 2013, 2014? You would have been happy to keep Belichick in the 90s.
LeBron's just going out there to L.A. because he'd be closer to the studios.
Yep. He's going to be here.
Because let's face it, he's going to be more marketable than Shaquille O'Neal. I don't know if he's got the personality Shaquille O'Neal's got, but he'll be marketed the same way in the next 5 years. Because he ain't got much left in the tank.
And, he's been doing it for a long, long time.
I mean, you can only run into so many people and throw the ball up. We've seen it for years.
We have.
Sometimes I want to see something different.
Yep, now we've seen Steph Curry run around the court for Kevin Durant and
Steph Curry is a dang assassin.
yep, he's balling there.
He's not, if you're going to do it for long range.
I see him make
Yeah, Steph Curry don't even go halfway. It don't go but 2/3 down the court, shoots the ball, goes back. You just think about, he saves about 3 miles with his legs every night. 2/3 of the shots he takes from 40 feet away.
I know, half courts. So I wouldn't be surprised if he say full court. Making
I'll tell you what, he stays in the NBA 5 more years, he won't have to go. He just play the game from half court.
yep. That's something you gotta think about. How are we gonna game plan against that?
And that guy can shoot so far out, it's ridiculous.
I know.
Get predictions on the Super Bowl, guys.
Here we go. Super Bowl prediction. Alright, Uncle Chris. We have the little board behind us. Who you got winning this game?
I got Philadelphia coming out tight in the first quarter.
Like Atlanta.
They're going to come out tight, but they're going to explode right there before halftime, and they're going to put up a grand total of 13 points.
In the second half.
And for thoughts unknown to man, why the hell, I have no idea. They're going to put up 13 points. And in the second half, for some reason or another, everything's going to go wrong. Everything can go wrong is going to go wrong. And they're going to wind up getting a field goal in the third quarter and be shut out in the fourth quarter, and New England's going to win it 20-13. And there's going to be 2 controversial calls. It's going to have you kicking the chips off the table.
Well, last year, for some reason, I picked Atlanta to win the Super Bowl. Why did I go against Bill Belichick once? But I'm just thinking about it. I think I might have to go against him twice.
Statistically speaking,
Defense wins championship.
defense wins championship, and if you look at that on paper,
It's pretty.
New England's got no business winning this game.
Yes, sir.
Philadelphia should walk all over.
They should. Defense wins
But
championship.
for some reason,
Oh, Chris just feels it in his.
I don't feel it in my heart. I know
His gut.
it's rigged.
He knows it up here. He's got the mental acuity.
I've seen it week in, week out on prime time. It is rigged.
I know. We need to make that as a T-shirt. Mental acuity.
Yeah, we just Pay close attention to it, you see it. If
I know. It's
you
white.
see it week in and week out, you ain't gonna believe this. We can see this crap coming before it happens.
I know. Well, Chris, we're going to close this out with our last topic for the day is, I know, everybody, we got this great studio behind us, but I had this topic. It's called, What Were You Thinking? I know you already saw Jameis Winston.
That's a W. Don't touch that.
What were you thinking, man? Woo!
I don't know, you trying to make an impact, man. You've been better off beating your head up against the wall. They probably would appreciate it a whole lot more.
I know, and then to make things worse, when you go kick the field goal against the Saints, you're already getting blown out. Sean Payton wants to ice the kicker.
That ain't good.
You know you done wrong. He iced the kicker, the man missed the field goal. And it's like 30-10 at this point. He wants to ice the kicker.
Oh, what
Word, y'all thinking?
My goodness, guys. Minnesota playoff game.
Playoff game.
12 seconds left on all. 8 seconds left.
Oh my gosh, 8 seconds.
Sitting there, said they're gonna throw it to Diggs.
Marcus Williams makes a key.
Whiff.
He makes a key block
And a whiff.
and a whiff.
Did he get MVP for that game?
He should have.
I got MVP.
Marcus Williams, you're MVP of the game.
What were you thinking? I mean, well, all we gotta do is just, as soon as he comes down, tackle him.
That's it.
You ain't gotta worry about doing the interference.
I know.
You ain't gonna worry about pushing him out of bounds. Just tackle him.
Just tackle him again
Go
over.
down, tackle him. The game runs out, game's over.
Marcus Williams,
What
were you thinking?
I mean, you won't thinking.
You
He
had.
was dependent on his athleticism.
I know you're a rookie, but it's just common sense when you got the Saints logo on your helmet instead of the purple helmets and the white horns. You wear the Saints gold and black. Come on, man.
And it goes down to situational football. He won't play situational football.
No, he won't.
He's the last line of defense. All he's got to do is just be standing there. As soon as he comes down,
And your next what were you thinking moment. For y'all haters out there,
haters.
the haters.
The haters.
I know when you're talking with these two players for one player for the Texans and one player for the Titans say Blake Bortles this and Blake Bortles that.
Whooped y'all's ass, didn't he?
I'm trying to think.
He got traded too.
I know I got a question.
Guess where he went?
Who? Blake Bortles got traded? He did. I didn't hear.
More to come. Yeah, he got traded. They couldn't get rid of him fast enough. He's
He's
not the one. He's not the reason they lost the game. The referee's the reason they lost the game. But the biggest problem is they wouldn't let him run the offense.
Where'd he go to?
I'm sure he went. I have no idea, but you can believe it's not going to be in that conference.
Yep. And
On the move with New England, back up Tom Brady on that.
I got, but just hold on a minute. Since 1970, we're gonna have a flashback all the way back to 1970. Blake Bortles got 2 playoff wins. I'm trying to calculate how many playoff wins.
Well, that's the first time he was quarterback for the whole year. He got 2 playoffs wins. How many has Tommy Romo got?
Oh my goodness! I think either one. It wasn't.
That one
given
don't.
to-
That one don't count. That one don't count because the referees screwed Detroit because it's a primetime game and they wanted Dallas in the playoffs. You got to give me another one. He didn't win that game. Referees did.
I can't think. I'm trying to think.
Oh, how many?
Did,
We're talking about a gold jacket
I
guy.
know. Go Jacket too.
Gold jacket. Never won a playoff game.
Is his
It'd be
name?
good for Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo.
Yeah.
And for I know Detroit that has nothing to do with this. Like, well, how many players went to the Lions have since 1970?
Wah, wah, wah.
I thought they had one against Green Bay, but Blake Bortles got 2 on
He
it.
got 2. Tim Tebow got 3 or 2.
I think he got 2 or 1.
He's got 2. He's got 2. Because he played New England that year for the AFC championship.
He did.
Yep, he won the wild card, and after that, then he played New England.
He sure did.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow should be in the Hall of Fame then, if that's the case.
Yes, sir.
T.
But you know what? All we talk about is Romo.
Romo.
My quarterback, man. And he sucks. He can't see the field till he got the broadcast booth up some bitch. He couldn't see the field at all till he was like 500 feet above it looking down. Now he's a genius.
For all the haters out there against Blake Bortles. What
Were you thinking?
I think that says what were you thinking.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And Uncle Chris, our last what were you thinking moment. Oh my gosh. I mean, what were you thinking moments? What was your number one what were you thinking moment?
The referees were celebrating. We were celebrating after the score, and then when he was asking was his check in the mail at the end of the game. Same round.
Referees! What were you thinking?
I know what they're thinking. They gonna say, "Well, if we don't go ahead and throw this call, we ain't gonna get to show up next week."
Never mind.
Yeah. Well, we got to roll, guys. It'll be good talking to
It was
y'all.
good talking to y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to the Uncle Chris Sports Show. Please drop a thumbs up for this video. And yes, for the person who helped give us this studio, please subscribe to Zack Turner. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
We out.
We're out. That's it. Bye, everyone. Love you, Uncle Chris.
Everybody.
And oh, yeah.
Now it's cold.
Get this merch from Walmart. That's it. Bye, everyone.